pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll start off with the regular agenda. Item 1, please. No, sorry, Fuller, Council.
Mayor.
Here.
First Ward. Second Ward. Here. Third Ward.
Here.
Fourth Ward.
Here.
Fifth Ward.
Here.
Sixth Ward.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. First item, please, on the agenda.
Whereas the meeting of the council held on June 16th, all bids for tree and stump removal in City of Fulton were referred to the engineering department. Whereas by memo dated June 18th from Ron Edick of the engineering department, he states that after reviewing and discussing the bids with the DPW commissioner, he recommends that the bid be awarded to Area Line and Tree Company, and also recommends that any add-on trims not covered in this contract be handled by obtaining a quote for each tree to be trimmed. Whereas the council agrees with the recommendation made by Mr. Edick, be it resolved, the low bid of $21,369 submitted by Area Line and Tree Company, Seneca Falls, New York, is accepted and awarded to Area Line Tree Company with the understanding that any add-ons not covered in this contract will be handled by obtaining a quote for each tree to be trimmed.
Motion.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 2.
In a meeting of the council held on June 16th, all bids for the Fulton Public Library roof project were referred to Omega Design for the review and recommendation of awards. Whereas by letter dated July 1st from Fenton Brown of Omega Design, he states that after reviewing the one and only bid submitted, he recommends the bid be awarded to Grassroots Construction in the amount of $5,410. Be it resolved, the sole bid of $5,410 submitted by Grassroots Construction is hereby accepted and awarded to Grassroots Construction Company.
Before we vote on it, Jim, you know what account that's coming out of? Well, you know, we had some discussion about where that would come from, and one of the suggestions by Alderman Belfiore was that it come out of the library fund. Does the council feel they're ready to approve that, award that bid on the basis of now will have to be a bond anticipation note?
Yeah, I think we should see if there's money left in the money that we gave them, and if it's there, take it out of that account. And then if they run short, then go to contingency rather than take out of our contingency now.
Do you want to make a motion to table?
Yeah. Okay.
Or should we award the bid and do what you say, take it from the library fund?
Well, do we know, is there money, Jim, is there money in the account to pay for it in the library fund?
There shouldn't be any money left in the library fund at the end of the year. That's not their full expenditure.
Well, how about now? I don't mean by the end of the year now. It's, the account is dried up now. Well, then why can't we take it out of there instead of take out of our contingency?
Jim, do they have an account for maintenance of buildings?
So we're responsible for the maintenance of the building.
Yeah, but it's a matter of where you take the money. Shouldn't we find out how we want to finance this first before we award it? If we table it, it doesn't mean that it can't later be awarded and the money allocated to the proper financing.
I think in lieu of the fact that we have two contracts that aren't signed yet, we shouldn't be taking money out of the contingency account.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to table it right now.
I'll second it.
All All in favor indicate by aye.
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 Opposed by no.
No.
Roll call vote, please.
First ward,
No.
second ward,
No.
third ward,
Yes.
fourth ward,
Yes.
fifth ward,
Yes.
sixth ward.
Yeah.
Motion is carried, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, item 3, please.
Resolved, city clerk is hereby authorized and directed to advertise for a public hearing to be held on July 21st, council chambers, the municipal building, relative to a proposed amendment of city code entitled Animals.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed by no.
No.
1 opposed.
Yes.
Carried. 4, please.
Resolved, the council hereby authorizes the city attorney to discontinue the action entitled City of Fulton versus Allen M. Howe, effective immediately.
Motion.
I'll move it. Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 5, please.
Resolved, the following bills be approved for payment. Seneca Supply, $1,063 for a 3-inch diaphragm pump. $2,008.76 to Jones Chemicals for ferric chloride. Monroe Tractor, $2,241.71 for repairs to a backhoe. Leota Automotive, $1,148.24 for truck repair. Jones Chemical, again, $1,100 for chlorine. Massaro, Detroit Diesel, Syracuse, New York, $2,080.57 for transmission replacement. Babcock Oil, $2,238.65 for diesel fuel. Newman Traffic Signs, Jamestown, $2,987.40 for traffic signs. The above items are budgeted. They're over the $1,000 charter limit and requires the council's approval.
Motion.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 6, please.
Resolved, the city chamberlain be authorized and directed to transfer $1,000 from the A1990 contingent account to the A7110.44 recreation account for the youth summer program per resolution passed by the council on May 15th meeting.
Motion.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 7's removed to the calendar. Give the city attorney an opportunity to review the contract to be sure there's no discrepancies in view of the recent abolition of the lieutenant's position. 8, please.
Whereas the meeting of the council held on July 21st, 1987, a resolution was passed allowing vendors to vend their goods and wares in the area known as Bullhead Point, subject to the vendor obtaining a license from the clerk's office. Whereas Phil Howard, Fulton, New York, has applied for a vendor's license to sell his farm produce from July 8th through July 7th of 93 at said Bullhead Point. Be it resolved, the council hereby approves the application and directs the city clerk to issue said license in accordance with the requirements specified in the Fulton City Code. July 8th, 92 through July 7th, 93. 1 year.
I'll move that.
Second.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 9, please.
Resolved, the council hereby approves the schedule of bills payable dated March 17th through July 6th, 1992, which has been previously approved by the Common Council Auditing Committee.
I'll move it. Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 10, please.
Whereas Little Jenny Fruits and Vegetables, Lake Street, Sterling, New York, has applied for a vendor's license to sell her farm produce from July 9th, 1992 through July 8th, 93 at Bullhead Point. Be resolved, the council hereby approves the application for a vendor's license and directs the city clerk to issue the license in accordance with the requirements specified in the Fulton City Code.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
that meet with your approval, Ross? Oh, you can let you sit up here with us? Okay.
Could I have who moved that again, please?
Jim moved it, I seconded it.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Carried. 11, please.
Resolved that the mayor is hereby authorized to sign the grant acceptance form for $19,780 for the Sarah grant.
Motion, please.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 12, please.
Where the city of Fulton is combined with the city of Oswego and the county of Oswego in requiring bidding procedure for furnishing rock salt for the Department of Public Works for the 92-93 winter season. Whereas the lowest bidder by truck for said contract is Cargill Incorporated, Portland Point Road, Lansing, New York, at the quoted price of $23.40 per ton delivered by truck FOB to the city of Fulton. Whereas by letter dated June 25th from Patrick Finn, Oswego County Director of Purchasing, that he recommends the low bid by truck be awarded to Cargill Incorporated. Be it resolved, the city of Fulton accepts said bid of Cargill, and Commissioner of Public Works is authorized to purchase rock salt from time to time as required for the 92-93 winter season, and is authorized to exceed the $1,000 charter restriction without council approval in these purchases.
Motion, please.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
All in favor indicate by aye.
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 Opposed by no. Carried. 13, please.
Resolved, the mayor be authorized to waive or reduce the liability limits for organizations using city facilities. Said waiver or reduction must be in writing to the city clerk with a carbon copy to the appropriate department head.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 14, please.
Resolved, the report of receipts and disbursements for the city clerk's office for the month of June 1992 in the amount of $5,812.50 be received, approved, and placed on file.
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no. Carried. 15, please.
Resolved that the following described property be and hereby is exempted from the provision of 75-1 of the Fulton City Code. It is in the intent of this resolution to remove and exempt therefrom all of the properties belonging to the Black Clawson Company as shown on the assessor's map 236.47 as being parcel 7 Block 1 that lie within section 75-1 of the designated fire limits of the city of Fulton, New York. Further, this removal and exemption of the Black Clawson Company from the fire limits is given in order for them to construct a storage building in accordance with provisions of drawings and specifications recorded in the building department of the city of Fulton.
Steve, you can explain this, please?
Black Clawson is proposing to put a storage shed on their property. The New York State Building Code won't allow them to do that within the fire limits. So what we're trying to do is waive the restrictions of the fire limits so that they can put this 2,400 square foot storage facility on their property. In my opinion, the restrictions that the building code has for the fire limits is just too much for what they're trying to do. All they're going to do is store steel in this building.
You mean the waiver will only apply to the storage building?
It's not, you can't waive the requirements of the fire limit. You can only remove that piece of property from the fire limit so that it would no longer, fire restrictions no longer apply to them.
To that piece of property? Doesn't it? Is that more broad than that? Yeah. I think we better refer that to city attorney.
Okay. Steve, did Marv get to see the architectural plans and what was going to be stored in there?
See those plans today, Mark's on vacation. Talking about that. He didn't have a big problem with this, but he probably should be.
Okay, I'd rather wait until he saw it and that it was satisfactory to him, because I spoke to him about it, and I think out of courtesy to him, he should give his approval, that he's comfortable with it.
Refer to the city attorney. 16, please.
Resolved that the mayor of the city of Fulton does hereby certify that a certain indenture of mortgage hearing date, the 25th day of April 1978, made and executed by the city of Fulton to Edward Loveland and Evelyn M. Loveland, his wife, residing at 261 South 5th Street, Fulton, New York, to secure payment of the principal sum of $4,610 and duly recorded in the office of the Oswego County Clerk.
This is a mortgage that was, or money that was lent to these people in 1978?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the provisions of the mortgage were at that time, this is probably under urban renewal, is that if they live there more than 5 years, the whole thing would be waived. And this they have done. They're not preparing to sell it. So they need a discharge of that mortgage, which they're entitled to under that provisions of that mortgage, bond and mortgage. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no? Carried. Under discussion, item 1 is withdrawn for now. Item 2. Item 2 is the adoption by the council Robert's Rules of Order, which is a rule for procedure of any meeting such as this. Something we've never had, which we really need. Want to read the motion, please?
Yes. Resolved that the Fulton Common Council for the remaining calendar year of 1992 hereby adopts for the conduct of regularly scheduled Common Council meetings Robert's Rules of Order. Said Robert's Rules of Order shall be superseded by any applicable New York State law pertaining to the conduct of municipal governing bodies. Such resolution shall take effect immediately.
I'll make the motion. I don't know if we want to limit it to just this year. I think it ought to be standard practice.
Yeah, I would think so. I didn't realize it was limited.
That's the way it was written.
What is?
Mm-hmm.
How does the rest of the council feel? You want it indefinitely? Okay.
So maybe you want to explain what the Robert's Rules of Order are?
Yeah, Robert's Rules of Order, as I say, it establishes the rules of procedure for conduct of a meeting of this kind. Takes care of all the contingencies, and this has been the standard for many, many years. All organizations practically unanimously adopt it, so that the person conducting the meeting will have some rules to refer to limit debate or to set up procedures for debate or discussion, and so on.
I have a motion, and I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Carried. So 3 and 4 we're going to hold for now till we get more information. Is that the decision?
Well, I think we were going to ask Bucky about number 3, about the repair of the tractor. If it,
Oh, okay.
that could be done down by his mechanic. Are you familiar with the tractor? This is the 885 case tractor that the police department has. And it looks like it's in need of clutch rework. Flipping. Is that something that can be done?
Okay. 3 is withdrawn. I understand that we're going to do some investigation on the pickup as to what happened to that.
Well, we want to get some quotes on repairing it. I think we want to authorize that.
Just to get the quote?
Just to get the quotes to see how much it would cost to repair it.
Well, wasn't there some question too about whether it was insurance coverage? Well, we can get the quotes anyway. check that out. Okay. So want to withdraw those two for now, 3 and 4?
Yeah, Barry, he can just go out and get some quotes.
Okay. Recreation superintendent then will get quotes on the repair of the pickup. John, you're chairman of that committee. Why don't you ask? Thank you. Maybe those two could be put on the next agenda for the next meeting. Anyone have anything else? Anything from the audience? Alice?
Yes, Alice Sabota. In reference to number 11, what is this records retention that you're applying $17,000 for?
It's a grant. We're not
Oh,
spending
it's not, it's a grant?
No, it's a grant. And this is to put our... Joe, you explain it. You know more about it than I do. He's the
Well-
one that's going to do it.
Yeah. What that's about is we've been awarded $20,000, and what we can use that for is we have a vault down here where we store all our records. And what's happened is every record has a retention period of so many years that you have to keep them. Well, the vault is full. Our filing cabinets in City Halls are full, and we have nowhere to put the records. The records retention gives you the ability to hire some people to go through the MU1 schedule. It was adopted by the state of New York, and to take those records and you can destroy those so they will open up more room in the vault, get more of the filing cabinets cleared out so we don't have to buy new filing cabinets, and get the records so we have some space in City Hall. Right now we don't have any place to put any records.
Will you be doing it?
Yeah, I'm the
Oh, as long
records
as
management officer.
Well, that's the another interest, because if we get someone from outside, if it's a grant and it can be done locally, fine, but if it was something that we have outsiders come in, what would they know about our records? And sometimes records have a
Right,
tendency to disappear that become very important later years.
The grant basically is phase 1. What it'll do is it'll give me the ability to hire a couple people, and the money that will be, most of the grant is for their salaries. And we will make sure that people down there will be taking care of our records properly.
Oh, that's
Phase 2 will be, what we hope to do is, there's another grant for equipment, which we'll be able to microfilm in the future or put it on computers so we can keep it going really well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, another thing. I wonder often why we have mics, because most of them don't speak into the mics, and we still can't hear. I go to the school board meetings, and it's the same thing. We hear you very well, George and Joe, but Mr. Belfiore. But sometimes these mics are put there for trimming, because we go to the school board meetings, and we hear absolutely nothing. And we're not hearing too well from some of them either. So I think if they apply that Robert's rules, better make it so we can hear what's going on.
Touche. Bill?
Mayor, I was in here a couple of weeks ago and I asked the council about the opening of North Bay. John had a meeting, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Thursday.
Right.
What transpired from that meeting?
What transpired, I know that Ann Marbito Snyder and Jeff Hodge met with the city attorney tonight regarding the leasing of North Bay. That was part of the discussion, and we have to meet again this Thursday to further discuss it.
I met with Ann Marbito Snyder today, as well as Jeff Hodge. We had a very productive meeting. We're hoping to contact Fran Sullivan and hopefully make some contact with people in the state. There's an agreement with the city that was made some time ago with the federal government as well as the state of New York. And it may take a little time, but we're going to try to find out if we can get another agreement whereby they may consider allowing us to lease this to a private either manager and or someone who will actually run the facility. There's a variety of options that we're going to kind of ask the council to look at, as well as the mayor, as well as the public, to determine whether or not how the city wants to have it run. There's just a number of ways to do it. The problem we have right now is we have agreements with both the state of New York and the federal government that may restrict our ability to do such, and we want to make sure that before we jump in, that we have the blessings of the state and the federal government, and I can't see why they wouldn't not want to give us the blessing, because we're going to hopefully, through the leasing, get some capital improvements and have that paid by someone other than the city, whereby the city continues ownership.
Well, we walked down through that area, and the area is not in that bad a shape. I mean, people were camping out there long before they had fireplaces and, mowed grass and electricity. I don't see any reason why it can't be opened as soon as possible, because we got a short season around this area. And there's a lot of people chomping at the bit to get down there. I mean, they like the area. It's beautiful. And if we just let it lay there, it's going to die, and we're going to lose it.
Well, I know that Ann Marbito's working very hard, Jeff's working very hard, and we're concerned that we want to do something.
Are we going to try to get it open this year, or?
I think that might be unrealistic.
So what we're saying right now is it doesn't look like it's going to get open this year.
Costs money, number one, to open it.
Well, we had a list of 95 volunteers go down there and clean the area up.
Well, you have to have lifeguards, you have to have people to run the place.
And you don't have to open the swimming. You can volunteer. You can. The place is usable as is. We're going to pay $6,000 this year in taxes on it. It's going to be a dead horse all the way around. It's going to be a dead horse for the people of Fulton.
Well, what we have discussed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, John, is what makes next year going to be more exciting to open it than it is this year.
Well, we're considering, maybe making some repairs so we can upgrade the facility, so we can charge more, so that we have an opportunity.
What repairs do you
generate
have to
some
make?
revenue.
What repairs do you have to make that you can't charge? Can't charge more right now? They were only charging $7 a year $7 a night last year.
You have the bathroom facilities.
All right. So what's it going to take for bathroom facilities? Dollars and cents.
Open the camp store. You have to supply it. You have to have somebody to run it.
Why do you have to supply it? People want to camp there. People don't want to do their grocery shopping there on Thursdays. They want to camp there.
Phil, I suggest that you talk to John about this another time, okay?
We're meeting
not going to get
again
anywhere
Thursday,
by just
so.
bandying back and forth about what you want to do and what can be done. Why don't you talk to him about it? Anyone else? Sue? Oh, Dinah? Sorry.
Dinah Colida. Does it cost money for stop signs that are actually doing nothing, just sitting there? Can they be picked up and used someplace else? We have two that I know of for sure. One I mentioned, I think, with the other council. On 7th and Wilbur, there's nothing coming into Wilbur. There's a fence there, and there's a stop sign there, and there's two in the Faith parking lot, one for dwarfs and one for big cars. I don't know.
Means a dead-end street?
There's nothing over here but warehouse and the fence, and the stop sign is here. The
Oh.
only person that parks the car there is Nick Semeraro. He doesn't need to stop. He knows where he's going. It just sits there. I wondered if the city saves money, if they can use it someplace else. They have to go buy other ones. It's not a lot of money, but it's something that is there. They don't need them. I've mentioned it
Well,
before.
does it tee into another street, to 481?
There's nothing, no. Wilbur Street used to come, and now Nestle's owns all over there. There's just a fence. But the
Oh,
stop sign
they
is over
cut
here.
off Wilbur?
Mm-hmm. Where they cut it off.
Is that the street that looped around?
No, it used to go right into 6th Street, and 6th Street's not there anymore. That's what they gave to the Nestle's to put their scales on. So there used to be, Wilbur Street used to go right on through to 6th Street. But
Oh, that was that one-block street.
Nestle's put a fence there now because they got
Yeah.
6th Street. They don't have anybody using it. And the stop sign is over here. Nobody has to
Probably
stop.
nobody ever thought about it.
Well, I mentioned it once before to see if they need it, because I wondered if
Yeah.
Buck, if they ever need stop signs, it just sits there doing nothing. I don't know if you have to buy stop signs, there's a couple around there for free. That other one is in Faith parking lot, where the Riviera was. A little short one like this. I don't know if that's for midgets or what, but it's right next to a regular stop sign.
Fay and what?
Faith Park, the
Oh, Fay's parking lot.
Faith thing there. When you go out onto Division Street, there's two stop signs when you're coming out
Oh,
of the parking
yeah.
lot. I don't know what they ever used the little one for. It was probably for small people. I don't know.
Bicyclists, maybe?
You go down there and you'll see what they have. But there are two stop signs. If the city needs them for them, they do have them there. That's all. No real complaints.
Thanks, Dinah. Sue?
Good evening, I'm back again. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Mayor Gillette. I did receive my answer, and I don't know if you have or not.
No, I haven't, not
How
yet.
about the rest of you council members? Has anyone received my answer from Barry Ostrander? May I?
I didn't either.
You received an answer from me? Yes, I did, sir. Well, it's more than I received.
Well,
Must be. Thank you.
That'll be up to them if they want to release it to you.
I don't need objections. She wants to give you a copy.
Okay, the reason why I'm here is because of that letter right there, and also you're going to see attached to it the Valley News article, okay? But I've done some investigating. I've got some pictures here with me tonight that I'd like to show you. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you if you will allow me to go into executive counsel with you, because I don't want to embarrass anybody any further. But if you want it public, I will bring it public. So that's what I'm asking.
I'd rather do it in executive council.
Okay, I accept that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Attacked by 2 pit bull dogs and a cat that occurred in my yard. Since then, I've seen these dogs still walking the streets unmuzzled, and I've now learned that just yesterday, the same dog attacked another dog, a leash dog, on Voorhees Street, and in the process of trying to get these dogs off the other dog, the owners were bitten. So I want to know what progress is being made at this point in amending the dog code to either restrict these dogs to their residence or to muzzle them if they're on the street.
In my hand, I'm holding all kinds of correspondence, ordinances. I've been in touch with the New York Conference of Mayors on this question. City attorneys looked into it. Steve Lawn is looking into it. We have a proposed ordinance that we are going to change the whole ordinance, make it easier to deal with dangerous animals. The consensus of the New York Conference of Mayors, incidentally, who coordinate all the communities in the state, not just cities, but counties, towns, everybody, and do a fantastic job on problems such as this. They have a special division, as a matter of fact, that deals solely with ordinances, and I talked with their expert. Eliminating pit bulls or banning them is a very difficult, if not impossible, job. First place is, how do you define a pit bull? Even the experts can't agree on that. So it would be almost impossible for a police officer to make an arrest on the grounds that there is a pit bull who was banned by the city. And obviously, it would put the city into a precarious legal position. And this is what the New York Conference of Mayors have told me, as well as other representatives of the cities who have tried to do this and have failed miserably. The cases have gone to court and the cities have lost in every instance. So the problem of banning the pit bull per se is one that is almost insurmountable. The problem of dangerous animals, that's a different story, and that is exactly what we're working on now. And we hope to have something ready by the next meeting. Did this party make a complaint to the... Say, if they don't make complaints, we can't do anything about it. That's part of the problem.
And I come to be aware of the attack on the dog that happened last night. And the owner of the dog did call the police and make a report to the police department. But he is undecided yet if he wants to press charges. He hasn't decided. He's I don't know if he's afraid or what. But he
See, that handcuffs us.
asked him if he would go ahead and make a complaint or, press the charges, and he is thinking about it. He says he probably will. But I don't know what will be done if he does.
If I had my own way about it, I'd ban them because I don't like dangerous dogs like that.
Put his press charges. Now, why is that?
Who told you that?
The police department.
Mike? That's the police department told you. Not the press charge?
They said there wasn't anything that could be done as long as the kid paid the charges with that one. And then if he didn't pay the charges, then I could press the complaint for the press charge.
You look into that?
What's the answer, please? We can't hear.
He's gonna look into it. Well, we went over that at the last meeting.
My concern is that these dogs are continuing. They've already had 2 attacks now. And the second one involves people now. We're talking about they're biting people. And I can see that this is going to continue until something very serious happens.
If anything else happens, let me know. Will you do that?
Well, you'll be the first to know. But in the meantime, isn't there something because they have been proven to be aggressive?
Nobody is pressing charges.
But the city knows, what about a muzzle? I mean, can't these people be...
Because we don't, the present ordinance does not give us any power to do that. That's what we're changing. Ross?
There's no leash law?
Sure, yeah, there's a leash law.
These dogs are on leashes, right? These dogs are on leashes. They're on leashes? And the guys walking around with them, are they Rottweilers or Pit Bulls?
They break free.
Yeah.
They're not Fulton.
Well, yeah, but when they broke free, they're still not on a leash, right?
That's right.
They're in a violation of the rule.
Nobody will press the charges.
Leash law, and they're not on a leash any longer, it seems all...
You have to press the charges. Can you shoot the dog? You don't have to press charges. That's
Mike?
Speaking of that, they break loose, and they're not on the leash. But I called in about dogs running in our yard, big Labradors and pit bulls and pit bulls, whatever you call them.
I have given specific... Mike?
You can't do anything until you come over and sign and press charges.
Well, that's true.
Press charge against a dog when you don't know who owns it.
Well, at least report that there is a dog loose.
I have over the phone, but they say they can't do anything till I come in personally.
Is that right, Mike? Is that right? That if somebody calls in to report the dog running loose, nobody can do anything about it, let's go to the police station and report it?
You send the dog warden over to try to locate the owner. Sure.
Why not send a policeman over?
There's a third lab that are running around.
Wait a minute, Mike. By the time a dog warden gets there, that dog is long gone.
By the time the policeman gets there,
There's a third lab that are running around Demshay and Chestnut Street and Broadway.
They're all over, Mike. I've been after Dale Earl. They get those dogs since February.
Every day.
Call me.
I agree.
Call me, I'll come over if the police can't make it. Right, Phil, thanks. There's room. Ross? Never leave.
Never leaves.
Right.
I want to congratulate the gentleman that worked on the sewer at my property. I see them go through the job. They work their lunch hour, and they work real hard. And that's what we need. We need conscientious workers. And I suggest to Mr. Graham that he get off the Kringonitis and learn the word that complacency.
Ross, let me make a suggestion, if I may. Why don't we once try to get through a meeting without interjecting personalities into it? Now, you can pick on me, That's okay, all right? But I would rather not you picked on anybody else, all right? Unless there's somebody who's volunteered. No, I mean volunteered to let you pick on them. I think you made a very timely remark. The Sewer and Water Department has done an exemplary job. They have tackled all the jobs they've been asked to do, and then they've tackled some they haven't been asked to do, and come up with a wonderful plan for eliminating inflow and infiltration of stormwater into sanitary sewers. They have tackled jobs that have been sitting for years that haven't been done. Rosie Leota, who owns the automobile repair shop on Holly Drive and Route 3, had a sewer problem that was eating away the pavement in front of his place. And they took care of that and been trying to get it done for years. They've tackled catch basins that are stuffed to overflowing. They've done all kinds of work. They've worked overtime. When the water department was overwhelmed with calls during a storm, the sewer guys volunteered. They didn't go and say to me, "Can we help them?" No, they did it. I found out about it afterwards, and then only accidentally. They didn't tell me about it. I mean, there's one hell of a department, and they're undermanned, and they're overworked, and they don't have a city engineer to guide them. They're doing the job anyway. That's right. That's right. Anyone else?
Yes. As a follow-up, I would like to thank Mr. Graham for helping me with two things in my ward that he took care of immediately for me when I asked him to. The dirt at the in Van Buren Park, there have been mounds of dirt there for over a year, and I asked Bucky to level them off so the kids can play on the baseball diamond, and he did it the next day. And so he's always done what I've asked him to do. And another piece of property that I've had complaints on since I've been in, no one's been able to get the property owner to clean it up, and Bucky did call the nephew of the owner, and they cleaned it up beautifully. And so he took care of two major problems in my ward. And also I'd like to commend the police department on a new dimension that they added with a patrolman that's now walking downtown between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. At Mr. Villette's request, Mayor Villette's request, and I think that's going to be an asset to the city. And talking to one of the patrolmen, already he made 2 arrests, people that had warrants out for their arrests, and he was able to run into them while he was walking the beat. So an asset to the city.
I also want to commend Department of Public Works and Buck Green. They mowed all up and down 481. I don't know about anybody else, but I got awful sick of seeing that tall grass that would have made great hay for somebody, and nobody was making a move. The property owners would do it. He did it. Recreation Department then come along with their weed whacker and did it around the poles. They missed a little bit up, way up, but that's understandable because it's the area where they probably normally wouldn't expect to find that kind of problem. Yes?
Recreation did it all.
Recreation did it all. Okay. And I commend the Recreation Department, who have been oft criticized. Yeah, I realize that. Well, they got a little extra help now, but they have been undermanned for a long time. Yes, hon.
Fran Foley. I was wondering, is there going to be something done about the attic at the former Hewlett Park with that, well, it's a mud hole right now where the kids play? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
One that was recently renovated.
It has the new equipment, all that nice new equipment, but it's,
You know why it's that way?
No, that's what I'm asking.
It's below grade. There's nowhere for the water to go.
Well,
I mean, there's not much.
Can it be resolved, or is it going to be resolved?
I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know what you can do.
Well, it's all...
Yeah, it's all dug out.
How come it was made like that? Why?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
Well...
That was before my time.
But isn't that a city-maintained park?
Well, it is, but, you know, once you dig below grade, of course, water is going to accumulate there. And until it's dried out by the sun, it's going to be wet.
I thought they were going to put some kind of a crushed stone or round stone base. It's some type of a law that it has to be.
You see, there was a committee in charge of this, as I understand it, that took care of all the construction.
Well, I understand about the equipment and all, but it's still a city park, and we're liable. Two or three people or children have got hurt, you know, skinned knees, because there's a lot of dirt and stone and things, and they cut their legs, and I think, you know, I don't know if Bucky's probably familiar with it, or somebody is.
George?
Anyway,
Over here.
it needs some attention.
I talked to Barry about this because I've had some complaints about kids throwing stones that apparently have come from the dirt that is around the playground. We were kicking around ideas of what to put in there, put sand or wood chips, something soft in case kids fall off of some of the equipment, or just fill it in and seed it and bring it up to the level of the rest of the grass, the rest of the area. Any of those is going to take money that he doesn't have in his account. I think maybe the seeding, you know, putting dirt in and seeding it, bringing up to the level of the rest of the park is probably the best idea. That would eliminate the mud holes, stones, things like that.
Is the equipment such it can be done that way?
I have to look at it, but no?
Volunteers to put it in, they want volunteer already.
I mean, could it be filled in without affecting the existing equipment? I think you're right, Jim. I think that's a better solution than anything else. Because you're still going to have that water problem no matter what you put in there.
Mm-hmm.
And when this fall rains come,
Before they did this.
no, before that it could drain off. Okay. Now it has no way to drain off.
Maybe I can get together with Barry and the Wheelers who put it in and see if we can't come up with something.
Okay, can you look into it? Okay. Anyone else? Dinah?
About the recyclables, I think we should have done a lot more advertising that was going to be picked up that first full week. There were so many people that were putting the recyclables, and it doesn't cost me anything to advertise. I think they should have been putting more in the papers, on the TV news, on radio, just a comment, because it's something that people had to get used to.
I agree with you.
The city was a mess with a lot of people, and even some of the people in our neighborhood were doing it. And, well, by the first month, having June fall the first on that Monday, kind of made people think it'd be first. My husband said, we're supposed to put out today the first. I said, no, first full week. I had a hard time making him understand.
You're right. I gotta tell you what Dick Hopman told me after he was on a trip to New England. He says he was in Rockport, and of course he was talking with city officials about different problems. In Rockport, they have to take all their trash, and it all has to be recycled. They even have 3 grades of bottles: green, white, and brown. And the division of other recyclables is even more detailed than ours. They have to take it all to a transfer station, and they have to pay $90 a year for that privilege. So, count your blessings. No, I agree with you. No, Dinah, you're right. I agree with you. It was a very confusing thing anyway when we set that up, and it was really difficult to sort of get the thing implemented in the right way. I'm sorry about that. Anybody else? Motion to go into executive session?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor indicate by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by no.
Sue, can I see you afterwards? It isn't